Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rina and I'm back with another video. This video was originally planned to be yet another tipsy story time. Yesterday I tried to record it twice and then I just realized that this video needs to be a sober video. And I guess by the title you have already figured out what I am about to talk about, even though I actually swore that I would not talk about it again, except for the album, of course. Well, here I am. Because some things happened and it's really hard to get over things like that. If you have watched my previous videos, you know that my messiest situationship is over. And if you have been following me, or if you have watched the videos, you know what I am talking about, or why I am calling this my messiest situationship. But I will just give you a quick recap. So I met someone online back in September, and for a good while it was really good. We had a deep connection right away, and there was literally no filter ever, which was the best part, right? After a while, I started to see myself in this girl. We had very similar situations, and that just made me fall in love with her more and more as time kept passing by. And we didn't care about the distance, we didn't care about the age gap, because we thought that we would be able to work things out. Now, even from the beginning, and I actually still do believe that the resolution for her problems would be that if she could move out from her mother. I can relate to it. I have much less problems ever since I moved out from the family home, and I tried to help her as much as I could. I offered her plenty of opportunities to move out, that we would things figure out, that she could start her own life, that she could build a career, that she could do something with her life. But all the time she was like, nah, it's okay. And I understand that part. I also used to just lie down, taking some time, just trying to come up with plans. But then I had enough of that. I know it's really kind of like comforting not to jump into the unknown. The unknown is really, really scary. But I had to take that step. And ever since then, I'm doing much better. So she just did not want to improve her life, even though I offered her plenty of opportunities to do so. And that was okay, but I was like, okay, it's not going to work out like this. And sometimes she was very unsure about us, which is also understandable. We had the age gap, we have the distance, and I was like, it's okay. We are going to work things out still. So after Christmas, when I would have needed her the most, she was like, I can't go on like this anymore. It's not you what I need. And I'm not in love with you anymore. And I was like, that's okay, because I'm not in love with you anymore either, which is fine. And at first she said, it's okay, I love you as a friend. But just as I actually told her that I am no longer in love with her, she was like, oh yeah, but I actually feel like it would not work out as friends either. So the separation was ugly, really ugly. Of course, I said things I did not mean. Just because in this case, if she wants to be out of my life, just do it. But I will not make it easy. I will make it hard. I will make it hurtful. So you just really put up a barrier between you and me. It's fine. So everything was going according to the plan. We stopped talking. I finally finished all the lyrics for the album that I actually wanted to dedicate to her. I was ready to move on. Because in the past few weeks, I kept thinking about this. We had more than a month of radio silence. And I was just like, you know what? Most probably it would have never worked out. And the reason is that we had been so freaking toxic to each other. And the worst part is not that. That's not the worst part. Worst part is we kept dragging other people into this whole game. So when she was unsure, she started to flirt with others. And for quite a while, I was okay with it. But when it came to hookups, I was really not okay with it. So, of course, I was like, you can do this, I can do this too. Because it would not be fair if it would be only you who could do these things, right? So first, she hooked up with someone, and then I hooked up with someone, and we just kept hooking up with others because we heard each other, because it is just simply not logical, right? That we declared that we loved each other, and despite this very fact, we kept hooking up with other people. If this is not a toxic thing, I have no idea what is. So on my side, I have a great regret, especially with one girl, because I kept using her. And technically she did let me lose her, but I was not okay with it. And I tried to love her when they dissed me for about the millionth time. And I tried to take things serious with this other girl, Becky. And I realized that she is perfect. She would do anything for me, but I just simply could not fall in love with her. So we ended things. I still needed a rebound, unfortunately, after the split with Wendy. She was okay with it. I was not okay with it. I was like, girl, I'm using you. Why can't you feel how humiliating it is? So we ended things, and with Wendy, the last time we spoke was on the 1st of January. She technically waited an hour to wish me a Happy New Year, and I tried to be cold since she wanted to be out of my life. All I said was like, yeah, Happy New Year to you too. And I had my thinking about things, really like how toxic this thing she was, despite the fact that how much common ground we have. I was like, this would have never worked out. So just when I knew that I was ready to move on, something happened. She texted me, and it was like really just some bullshit excuse to hit me up. It was really stupid, and I, of course, tried to remain cold because I know that I have to move on. But this really shook me because after more than a month, I was definitely not ready to hear from her, like anything. Things are becoming messy and hurtful because I know that she keeps checking me on social. that is really unfair because she was the one who wanted to end things. This is unfair. If you want to end things with someone, you just leave it at that. And you can hope for that the other person will respect your feelings and decision. But this is exactly what I did. It was hard to move on. It was really hard. It was extremely hard not to wish her a happy birthday or send her a little something, a teeny tiny gift or something on her birthday. But I stopped myself. I literally had to force myself not to do it because I respected her decision. I respected her feelings. Now the current situation is that I know that she keeps checking me on social because she reacts to the events I am interested in. She is also interested in the events I am actually interested in. And if we would be in the same city, I would be like, okay, this is a coincidence, but she's like literally in another country. Hundreds of kilometers from here. I just think that nobody should be allowed to disrupt a healing process which was totally unnecessary. And pouring salt into wounds that are still not fully healed is selfish. If you don't want someone to get over you, is selfish. You can't be so full of yourself that you keep checking on them, that you keep reacting to their activities, to just not to let them move on. Because you were the person who wanted to end things in the first place, right? So why are you doing this? If you want to talk, tell them how you feel. If you're afraid of rejection, remember that you were the first to say that we should leave things be. So this is the current situation. I'm confused, I'm hurting, I just really want to move on because even though all the shit we had in that 4 months, I was the happiest. You can't be that selfish that you try to sell this story like you were the good guy. If you want to end things, just say it, but you should not sell it like this is going to be the best for you, because you would never know what would be the best for the other one, right? And if you just wanted to end things, don't come back like that. This is coming from behind. This is disgusting. This is fucking selfish. This is like you still want to make this whole story about yourself, not about the other or the two of you. Why would you do that? You should not be that selfish, egotistical, complacent, or so freaking full of yourself. Because if you have all these traits, even if they are buried very deep in you, these traits are surfacing right now. And in this case, no matter how hard you try to keep saying that you're not toxic, you are toxic. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I have many flaws, but I'm always open about them. And I try to do my best to get rid of these toxic traits or my bad habits, because every single day I am fighting to become a better person. I want to be a better person than I was yesterday. And you know what? I don't always pass. Sometimes I do fail, and that's okay. That's how we learn. And after that 4 months, it is still very hard for me that she was nothing more than yet another lesson. And sometimes it's hard to believe that there is still a part of me that believes that she can change. I told her so many times that she just wants to live in the past, which is definitely not healthy. I used to do that. I did not want to let the past go for a long time. And day by day, I actually felt worse and worse. And when I was able to break this circle, I started to feel better. It is as simple as that. Especially if you have a helping hand. Like, come on. Just don't be selfish. If you want to talk to the person you regret leaving, try to reach out to them directly and try to talk about your feelings. Having feelings is a natural thing, even though in most cases we do feel vulnerable when we reveal our feelings, because I think, this is my personal opinion, we are the most vulnerable when we decide to show how we really feel. And that's okay. Maybe you can work things out, maybe you cannot, but at least you can say that you tried. You tried to work things out, you tried to change, you tried to make things right. But if you are just there, coming from behind, just trying to make them not to be able to forget about you, that's just selfish. And if you miss them, tell them. And maybe they miss you too. You never know. But coming from behind, like, seriously, it's just fucked up. Seriously fucked up. So, yeah. Here's your recap, guys, and here's the current situation. This time for real, I swear, except for the album. This was the last time I brought this up, and hopefully, I will not have to buy a fucking clown costume. Okay, guys, that was all for today. If you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.